Hey guys, Miguel here with Dream Performance, and today I just want to talk to you about something that happened today. I went for coffee with a friend. I went for dinner with a friend that I haven't seen in a long time, and we used to be roommates before I quit my job at Shaw and I started doing personal training, and we had been friends for a long time. So anyways, he said, I remember when you were working full time and at the after work, you would go and train a few clients, and then you come home and you'd work on your course to be a certified personal trainer. And he's like, I thought you'd do well, but I didn't think you'd do this well. And that was very sweet of him and everything, but it really made us both think about just how many decisions we make without knowing the effect that they'll have in the long term. For example, when I was about to quit my job, I started doing some research and I started trying to decide what kind of personal training I wanted to do. So I used to live in Parksville, and I went to the gym there, and I went to the one and only personal trainer that worked at that gym, and I was like, hey man, I'm really passionate about this. I want to change people's lives. I'm a hard worker. I'll work as hard as needed. The guy is like, well, that may be good because I have a wait list, and potentially I could work. We could service more clients together, blah, blah. And I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm all over it. I came up with like a proposal, and I was like, look, this is what we can do, and this is how we can make sure that we're seeing as many people as possible in one day, and this is how you'll benefit, and this is how I'll make a name for myself and whatnot. Without rhyme or reason, he was like, yeah, you know what, I don't think this will work. I think I just rather, keep my wait list and go at it myself. So I was like, all right. Then I went to check out a gym here in town in Nanaimo, and I was like, hey, I'm just starting out. I have a few clients already, but, I want to do this full time, blah, blah. What will things look like if I worked here? And the conditions and the policies that they right away were, telling me that I would have to play by. I was like, yeah, you know what? This just sounds to me like I would be getting another job, and I'm not leaving. Like, the job that I had at Shaw was amazing. I honestly loved it in there. The people were amazing. It was a steady, safe, financially rewarding job. And I was like, well, I'm not quitting a great job for another job. If I'm quitting, I want to be able to create what I want. And for that, I needed more freedom than they were willing to give me at working at a gym. And anyway, so those are just two of the decisions that have led to the place where I'm at today. And, you could say, oh, well, great, that's just your life. What do we care? Well, no, because Dream Performance has impacted and continues to impact so many lives and at a deep level. And, had I made a different decision back then, none of this would exist, and it is crazy. It is crazy to look back and think, man, I could have just easily be like, okay, sure, I'll work at a gym and I'll do things the way you want me to do them, and we'll do that. None of this would have happened. But I would still have done well and, whatever, because I'm passionate about training, and that would have still impacted lives, but not at this level. And you know what? Something else, I would not have met Katie, and without meeting Katie, I wouldn't be so happy today. I wouldn't have had our beautiful little Max with us, and my son would probably be living with his mom somewhere else in Calgary, because that was, Katie being here and us being able to provide a stable family environment for him was a huge factor in him and his mom staying here in Nanaimo. And it's so, again, I go back. the decisions that you make in life when it comes to important things, not like, what kind of gum you're gonna buy, but like when you face a decision and you can feel that your heart is pulling you in one direction, I gotta say, guys, you have to follow that. Like, you have no choice. It is literally, it is your responsibility to listen to that intuition and not let fear hold you back. And like, I can tell you, back when I quit my job at Shaw, I had never been the kind to put money away and save and be prepared, just in case. You should have 3 months worth of expenses saved up just in case, and that's what you should do before you quit your job. Yeah, I was never like that, and I never had that safety net, And for a while I wanted to quit, but I wouldn't, because I was like, well, maybe I should just prepare a little better. I have a son, I have responsibilities. I should make sure that I will be fine if I make that jump. But my heart was pulling me in that direction, guys. And that's where I look back today, and I think that this would be, this may be useful for you. If you're looking at a fork in the road and your heart is pulling you in one direction, you have to listen to that. Honestly, everything else doesn't matter. You need to follow your heart. You need to trust your intuition. And sometimes that means jumping without a net, and trust me, the absolute best things in my life today are here because I decided to jump without that safety net. So I know many of us go through this quite often, and I just thought that this may be useful for you today. So I am making my goal to this week share a video with you with something that just brings value to you. So if you find value in this, and if you resonate with it, if you think that it may be able to help someone out there, please share it and let me know. Comment below so that I know that you'd like me to keep this up. And thank you so much. I love your faces, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.